ncert CBSE 2024 to 2025. Class 7. Exploring Science. Chapter 6. Physical and Chemical Changes. All questions and answers in one short video. Exercises. Multiple choice questions, tick the correct choice. One permanent change is also known as A. Physical change heavy checkmark. B. Irreversible change. C. Temporary change. D. None of these. 2. Irreversible change is also known as heavy checkmark. A. Permanent change. B. Temporary change. C. Physical change. D. None of these. 3. The change in which the products can be converted back into their original form is called heavy checkmark. A. Reversible change. B. Irreversible change. C. Permanent change. D. None of these. 4. A change which cannot be reversed even on reversing the cause is called A. Reversible change. B. Irreversible change. C. Permanent change heavy checkmark. D. Both. B. And C. 5. A temporary change is A. Reversible change. B. Physical change. C. Chemical change heavy checkmark. D. Both. A. And B. 6. The product formed when a substance dissolves in a liquid is known as A. Solute heavy checkmark. B. Solution. C. Solvent. D. None of these. 7. The substances which are produced as a result of chemical change are called heavy checkmark. A. Products. B. Reactants. C. Compounds. D. All of these. 8. Curdling of milk is an example of heavy checkmark. A. Chemical change. B. Reversible change. C. Physical change. D. None of these. 9. In a chemical reaction, the substance or substances responsible for bringing about a chemical change are called A. Products heavy checkmark. B. Reactants. C. Neither A nor B. D. All of these. 10. Chemical change is A. Temporary in nature heavy checkmark. B. Permanent in nature. C. Both. A. And B. D. None of these. 2. Fill in the blanks by choosing the correct words from the list given below. List galvanization, physical, calcium carbonate, new, calcium hydroxide, energy, substance, saturated, sodium carbonate, moist. 1. A physical change is a temporary change. 2. New substances are formed during a chemical change. 3. Energy is given out or absorbed during a chemical change. 4. Moist air can cause rusting of iron. 5. During crystallization, the crystals separate out from the hot saturated of a substance on cooling. 6. No new substance is formed during a physical change. 7. Chemical name of washing soda is sodium carbonate. Eight. Chemical name of lime water is calcium hydroxide. 9. When carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water, it turns milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate. 10. Rusting can be prevented by oiling and galvanization. 3 statements given below are incorrect. Write the correct statements. 1. Digestion of food is a physical change. Answer. Digestion of food is a chemical change. 2. Magnetization of steel is a chemical change. Answer. Magnetization of steel is a physical change. 3. Rusting can be stopped by adding metals like aluminium and copper to iron. Answer. Rusting of iron can be stopped by adding metals like chromium and nickel to iron. 4. Crystallization is the process used to make impure substances from the pure substances. Answer. A crystallization is the process used to make pure substance from impure substances. 5. Lime water turns milky in presence of carbon dioxide gas due to the formation of calcium sulfate. Answer. Lime water turns milky in the presence of carbon dioxide gas due to the formation of calcium carbonate. 6. The reaction between magnesium and oxygen produces heat and sound energy. Answer. The reaction between magnesium and oxygen produces heat and light energy. 4. Write true or false against the statements given below. 1. Cooking of rice is a physical change. False. 2. Rusting of iron takes place in the presence of moist air. True. 3. Magnesium oxide reacts with water to form magnesium hydroxide, which is acidic in character. False. 4. When bread goes stale, a physical change takes place. False. 5. A reddish deposit formed on an iron nail, when placed in a copper sulfate solution, is of iron metal. False. 6. The gas produced when washing soda reacts with dilute sulfuric acid is carbon monoxide. False. 7. Lime water is a solution of calcium carbonate in water. False. 8. A crystallization is used to obtain pure crystals from impure crystals. True. 5. Match the statements in column A with those in column B. Column A. 1. Coating iron sheets with zinc to prevent rusting. 2. A material obtained on melting iron with nickel and chromium. 3. A change in which new substances are formed. 4. A flaky brown material formed on the surface of iron. 5. A process of obtaining pure crystals from impure crystals. Column B. A. Chemical change. B. Galvanization. C. Rust. D. Crystallization. E. Stainless steel. Answer. Column A. Column B. 1. Coating iron sheets with zinc to prevent rusting. B. Galvanization. 2. A material obtained on melting iron with nickel and chromium. E. Stainless steel. 3. A change in which new substances are formed. A. Chemical change. 4. A flaky brown material formed on the surface of iron. C. Rust. 5. A process of obtaining pure crystals from impure crystals. D. Crystallization. 6. Classify the following as physical and chemical changes. 1. Condensation of steam, physical changes. 2. Cooking of food, chemical changes. 3. Glowing of electric bulb, physical changes. 4. Ripening of fruit, chemical changes. 5. Respiration in living beings, chemical changes. 6. Magnetization of iron, physical changes. 7. Photosynthesis in plants, chemical changes. 8. Burning of kerosene oil in a stove, chemical changes. 9. Beating gold into thin foil, physical changes. 10. Melting of ghee. Physical changes. 7. Answer the following questions. 1. When dilute sulfuric acid or vinegar is added to washing soda, bubbles of a colorless gas are formed. What type of change is it? Explain. Answer. When dilute sulfuric acid or vinegar is added to washing soda, bubbles of a colorless gas, carbon dioxide, are formed. This is a chemical change because a new substance, carbon dioxide, is produced and the original substances, washing soda and acid, are transformed into new compounds. 2. Identify both the physical and chemical changes which take place when a candle is lighted. Answer. When a candle is lighted, both physical and chemical changes occur. Physical change. The wax melts from solid to liquid form and then solidifies again as it cools. Chemical change. The wax burns, reacting with oxygen in the air to produce carbon dioxide, water vapor, and heat. This process transforms the wax into new substances. 3. Setting of milk into curd is a chemical change. Justify the statement by giving 3 reasons. Answer. Setting of milk into curd is a chemical change because 1. New substance formation. The lactose in milk is converted into lactic acid by bacteria, creating a new substance, curd. 2. Irreversibility. The process cannot be easily reversed to obtain the original milk. 3. Change in properties. The texture, taste, and chemical composition of curd are different from those of milk. 4. Explain why tearing a newspaper and burning a newspaper are two different kinds of changes. Answer: tearing a newspaper and burning a newspaper are two different kinds of changes. Tearing a newspaper, this is a physical change. The newspaper is only broken into smaller pieces, but its chemical composition remains the same. Burning a newspaper, this is a chemical change. The newspaper reacts with oxygen in the air to produce new substances like ash, carbon dioxide, and water vapor, and cannot be reversed to get the original newspaper back. 5. It has been noticed that rusting of iron objects is faster in coastal regions than in the deserts. Explain. Answer: rusting of iron objects is faster in coastal regions than in deserts because coastal regions have higher humidity and salt content in the air. The presence of moisture and salt accelerates the rusting process, while deserts have much drier conditions, which slows down rusting. 6. Describe as clearly as possible how you will obtain pure crystals of copper sulfate from the impure copper sulfate. Answer: to obtain pure crystals of copper sulfate from impure copper sulfate. 1. Dissolve. Dissolve the impure copper sulfate in warm water to make a solution. 2. Filter. Filter the solution to remove any insoluble impurities. 3. Evaporate. Heat the filtered solution gently to evaporate some of the water until the solution becomes concentrated. 4. Crystallize. Allow the concentrated solution to cool slowly. Pure copper sulfate crystals will start forming. 5. Collect. Once crystals have formed, filter them out of the solution. 6. Dry. Dry the crystals by placing them on a paper towel or filter paper. 7. State and explain 3 ways of preventing rusting of iron. Answer: here are 3 ways to prevent rusting of iron. 1. Painting. Coating iron with paint creates a protective layer that prevents exposure to moisture and oxygen, which are necessary for rusting. 2. Galvanizing. Coating iron with a layer of zinc, galvanizing, protects it by acting as a barrier to moisture and oxygen. Zinc also provides sacrificial protection, corroding before the iron does. 3. Oiling or greasing. Applying oil or grease to iron surfaces creates a protective layer that keeps moisture and air away, reducing the chance of rust formation.